Client 1 recommendations. The first recommendations I would make is a food tracker. This would be in the form of an app which they can often be easily downloaded on phones. iPhone, I think, specifically has a health app where you can which incorporates a food tracker within it. This app will actually allow tracking of when the client's eating and what they are eating, and therefore it will show if he snacks and what he snacks on, if he does snack. I'd like the client to do this for 1 week initially, and then I will check on any immediate changes that must occur. Say there was just an extreme high amount of fatty foods or extreme amount of sugary foods that would be an immediate risk to your health, then I could make those adjustments then after that first week. But after that, I'll let you continue for another week with this food tracker app, and I will check again to ensure that I can see the trends and patterns of what you eat, because you could easily have had an off week where you were really stressed and your eating patterns were different in that first initial week. So I'd like to check again after 2 weeks at minimum, and perhaps a further 3 weeks, just to check the trends and patterns of what you eat, to check that they are consistent so that I can make dietary adjustments around that. In addition to this, I'd also like to sit down with you and look at a selection of breakfast with you. You said that you rarely have the time for breakfasts, but breakfast is actually a really important part of your general functionality for the day. So I'd like to get you eating breakfast regularly. I'd look at a variety of breakfasts with you so that you can choose the most appealing breakfasts for you, what ones you feel like you would enjoy the most, and this should hopefully encourage you to eat breakfast, as it gives you something to look forward to and enjoy, as opposed to it kind of being a chore or something you have to do in the morning. Examples that we might look at might include healthy cereals such as bran flakes, Special K, or shredded wheat. Other alternatives might include porridge or avocado on toast with eggs, dependent on your other parts of your diet. Will depend on what options I look at with you. Finally, in regards to nutrition, I'd also like to do a food questionnaire with you. So this is just a list of questions surrounding types of foods, which allows you to state what foods you prefer, and then allows me to adjust your diet appropriately to a point where you can still enjoy eating and have a healthy diet simultaneously. Questions on this questionnaire would be likely multiple choice questions, and that might include questions like, which of these options would you be most likely to eat, and then a series of options which you can check off, or questions like, which of these do you prefer, or what are you more likely to eat as a snack. It'll allow me to see what types of scenarios you'll eat those foods in and what types of foods you'll actually enjoy, and allow me to make appropriate adjustments. In terms of lifestyle, I'd like to create a weekly planner with you of your general activities of what you do in a week, so that hopefully we can arrange time so that you have spare time as well to relax. This will reduce your stress, because you'll have spare time to do work in regular intervals where you know when you're going to sit down and do that work, and also have that relaxation time. You said work causes you a lot of stress, so this should help reduce stress again. This planner I'd hope to create immediately with you and get that sorted immediately, and you will follow this planner for a minimum of 6 weeks. But I will check in with you at the end of each week to ensure you're managing it okay and that it is working for you, because I don't want to create a planner that is difficult for you to follow and is causing you problems, creating unnecessary stress. I want to make this a perfect planner for you. I'd also like you to use the Headspace app. This is a meditation app that will allow you time to relax and reduce stress. I'd like you to do this every evening before bed, because this will get you in a calm state before bed and allow you to have a smoother sleep as well. In terms of how it actually works, all of that is on the app itself. It's a series of instructions that are relayed to you and told to you, and it's a voice speaking to you through the whole process. So I personally don't need to help you in that area. I will just guide you towards where that app is. So the Headspace app is on the App Store. You can get it easily on iPhones. But if you feel that that's not working for you, there are also videos online as well in terms of meditation. But I feel the Headspace app is a very good app for this, and I feel that you'll work with it well. You could potentially also, to reduce your stress, use a stress ball as just an extra thing. This is easily carried with you, so you can use it as stress relief at college and at home. And it's very cheap, so purchase of it shouldn't be an issue. Again, though, that's just an extra thing. The Headspace app is the main focus there. Lastly, I'd like you to use herbal remedies. This might be lemon balm, herbal teas, or lavender in your pillow. All of these methods are known to help soothe your mood, relax your muscles, and reduce anxiety. They are also all natural, so nothing artificial there that could affect you. I'd perhaps start by just incorporating that lavender in your pillow. Chamomile tea could become a thing of buying this a lot more regularly, as opposed to lavender, which perhaps might last a bit longer. So maybe starting with using lavender in your pillow to soothe your mood, not only as you're falling asleep but during your sleep as well, and reducing anxiety. I feel like that would be a good starting point in terms of herbal remedies. And obviously that would be used every night. Every night would result in the best results. Finally, if stress continues with use of these methods, I suggest seeking professional help from a GP or mental health organisation. There's a website called healthline.com that helps with stress. So I would suggest looking for more professional help if these remedies don't work. In terms of recommendations for your BMI test, then, I'd like you to first do a skin fold caliper test. This will allow me to see if your high BMI is a result of fat or whether it's muscle content. I'll obviously test this once initially at the start so that I can see that, whether it's fat or muscle, and then make adjustments based off of that. But also, to ensure that you are at a healthy BMI consistently, I will also test BMI regularly every 2 weeks, and I'll also use a skin fold caliper test every 2 weeks as well, just to check that your BMI is staying consistently healthy where we want it. Again, I've already said adjustments to your diet should be made, but this relates specifically to your BMI test and your fat content. So I would set a target for you to consume approximately 2,500 calories a day, which is the average amount or recommended amount for men. However, I'd like you to include less fatty foods in that diet. So between 400 and 700 calories of fat is a reasonable amount that shouldn't have too much of an impact on your health. This can be figured out and tracked using the food tracker previously mentioned, as you can look on foods and they'll tell you the fat content on the packaging, and you can put that into the food tracker app. These dietary adjustments can begin immediately, and I would like them to begin immediately, but obviously this would all be in correlation to the dietary adjustments that I previously mentioned, so we would take it with each thing. So we might have to adjust further after 2 weeks and further after another few weeks. All of this will change based on the questionnaire, the tracker, and the breakfasts. Like everything will revolve around that, and we will adjust based off of that. So overall, the adjustments to diet will be practically every week. Lastly, I'd like you to do physical activity that burns fat. So this would be high intensity interval training in your case. The focus of this training being intense and quick will actually increase the amount of fat content that is burned off as opposed to other forms of training. I'd like you to do this training 2 times a week, on Thursdays and Saturdays, so that you have a rest day between. You'll be working between 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate, which is your anaerobic training zone. This helps burn fat quickly and efficiently, as your body burns fat for fuel instead of perhaps carbohydrates. You can burn approximately 16 calories per minute in high intensity interval training. Because this is a new training method for you, I'd like this session to last no longer than 15 minutes. I don't want to push you too hard, especially with your rugby commitments alongside it. I don't want to overwork you. The session will run as follows. So for each move, you'll perform as many reps as possible in 30 seconds, then rest for 10 seconds. Then you'll move on to the next move. After you've completed all 4 moves, rest for 1 minute before you repeat the circuit, and you'll complete 4 rounds or circuits in total. So the 4 moves then, this will include jump squats, burpees, high knees, and a roll to tuck jump. If you're unsure on how to do any of these activities, they're all fairly common, so there are YouTube videos online to demonstrate those activities. If you search those specific names, they will be readily available on YouTube for you to look at.